Goes up, gets her own rebound. Goes up again. Trinity comes down with the ball and brings it over for Lexington. Finds Fortier, who can't finish. Great rebound by Spector and push ahead. Finding McCulloch, who a little bit strong on that. I think she lost track of where she was. Couldn't find the backboard there. Good defensive pressure applied by Spector. That's going to be a three-pointer for Doyle. Sorry, not Doyle, another Lexington player. Misses twice, and Spector comes down with the rebound. Mueller kicks the ball up top to McCulloch. McCulloch drives, tries to find O'Hagan on the backdoor cut. It's going to go off Lexington and stay Arlington basketball. Lucas back in the game, giving Mueller a quick break. Nice start to the game for Mueller. Lucas finds O'Hagan, hands off to Spector, who finds Lily Paul. Down low to O'Hagan, who backs in. And we're going to get another 3-second call, and that referee is really sitting on that 3-second call, it seems. And that's going to be a foul on O'Hagan as Sam Fortier drove to the basket.
She just tries to stay a little bit lower, slide a little bit quicker. She was right there. It was close.
Isabella Jardine into the game, replaces O'Hagan. Faith Kim with the ball for Lexington. McCulloch tries to jump it, doesn't quite get the steal. Recovers with Spector. And that's just a good shot. That's a good basketball play. Tough shot by Stella Cerniti. That's what she does. Arlington leads by 1, 15-14. Lucas finds Jardine. Jardine saw Spector maybe a half-second too late. It was open for a minute. And Lexington brings it up. Finds Stella Cerniti, finds a three-point shot, no good. Gets a rebound, puts another one up. In and out. That's not going to be effective for Arlington if we don't start getting some rebounds on the defensive side. Can't give Lexington too many chances. I believe that foul was on Jardine. Is that right, Jeff? I didn't see who it was called on.
I actually think it was on Avery.
Oh, was it? Was it on
yeah.
Spector? Okay. Doyle to inbound the ball for Lexington. Finds Cerniti. Open three for Doyle is long. Spector with the rebound. Gathers and fires it up to Lucas. A little bit too much.
She has to keep her head up. She just has to keep her head up there. She was fine with the pressure, just not enough loft on that pass.
Lexington drive and finish as they reclaim the lead, 16-15. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. McCulloch drives, and that's going to be a foul on Gloria Doyle. Those two know each other well, former club basketball teammates. A lot of Mass Huskies represented in tonight's game on both sides. McCulloch inbounds to Lucas. Finds Spector, who passes it into McCulloch.
Save.
Gathers the loose ball, keeps it in bounds. Mueller back in the game now, as is Walsh. Open for three, takes it. Great rebound by Spector, goes right back up and gets it to go. Huge offensive rebound and put back for Spector as Arlington takes the lead back 17-16. Nice finish by Lexington in the paint as they reclaim the lead. Back and forth game here, 18-17 Lexington. Lucas to Mueller. Mueller fires it to Walsh, who finds Spector, takes it. Great shot. That's going to be a two-point shot, long two-point shot. It looked like maybe a three, but the referee was right there. Arlington now up 19-18. Good help defense. And we're going to get a travel on Lexington. That's a turnover. Great help defense being played by Arlington, switching off and getting out on the shooters. That was really nice defensive possession for the Spy Ponders. Great stretch by Lucas, being replaced by Captain Lily Paul back into the game. Mueller into Lucas. Paul open for long two. Little strong. Open shot. You got to take those. Trinity drives. We're going to have an offensive foul. Captain Lily Paul gets in the way of that one, and Martinelli and the bench love that. Under 2 to go in the first half. Spy Ponders 19, Lexington 18, as Lucas will bring the ball up for Arlington. Finds Mueller. Lexington with the steal, open for three. That's going to be off left. Out of bounds, it's going to stay it's going to stay Lexington ball. Great steal by Sammy Walsh. Good anticipation, and Lexington's going to get it right back. Nice bank shot finish by them. Lucas finds McCulloch, who kicks it back to Mueller. Patient, trying to find open shot, finds Walsh out for three. She'll take it. Unlucky, it's a good shot. Good switching defense by Arlington as they rotate through and find players. We're going to have a foul on McCulloch before the shot, so that'll be Lexington ball out of bounds. We're at 1 minute to go here in the first half. Arlington down 1, 19-20. Spector back into the game, replaces Lucas. Design play for an open shot by Trinity, and that's going to go. As Lexington now leads by 3, which at this point in the game is their biggest lead, which is credit to Arlington for how they've played. McCulloch with the ball. Trying to pass it out to Lily Paul, couldn't get it done. Trinity on the drive. It's going to be a foul on Paul. And number 15, Taylor Wozniak, goes to the line for Lexington for 2 shots. First one is good, as Lexington leads 23-19. Second one, up and good. Both teams shooting well from the free throw line tonight. Lexington now leads by 5, and this is an important end to the quarter here for Arlington, not to let it slip away anymore. Paul finds McCulloch, who drives and finishes it. Nice play, big Great shot for Arlington. 21-24, Ponders down 3, 19 seconds left in the first half. 48 drives. Shots up by Lexington, and that's good. Got to hustle here, under 10. Mueller will launch that, that's going to be tipped. That's going to be the end of the first half. Arlington down only 5, 26-21. Overall, a really good, strong half for Arlington. Jeff, your thoughts?
It was. I mean, they probably did 98% of what we would have hoped to have seen them done or see them do. The biggest difference is, I think, first quarter we were 6 of 6 from the line. Second quarter, 0 for 0. We were scoring. I don't think we were as aggressive. I think part of that is with Melina O'Hagan not on the court. We lose an interior presence. When Bella Jardine comes in, it's a different dynamic. She plays the position a little bit differently. And so I just think we were losing a lot of the interior passing that we have when Melina's out there. And then secondarily, and I think it's something that creeps up in a lot of these games because coach plays such a short bench. I think there's always a question as the game goes on, how tired are a couple of the girls getting? It's hard to go 32 or 30 minutes with very limited subs. So second half's going to be interesting.
We're going to take a quick break, see if we can get some technical issues figured out. Stay tuned. We'll be back for the second half. And welcome back to Arlington High School as we're about to start the third quarter. Arlington versus Lexington. Lexington with a 5-point lead. And they'll inbound the ball, and we'll see how the Ponders react here in the third quarter. Looks like the same starting lineup for Arlington with Mueller, McCulloch, O'Hagan, Lucas, and Paul. Good defense by Lucas, forcing a steal by Paul, and Mueller will bring the ball up and drive. It's going to be out of bounds off Lexington. Good attack by Mueller, staying Arlington basketball on the baseline. Mueller to O'Hagan. Couldn't finish, but Mueller gets the offensive rebound, and the Ponders will get another possession out of this. Another shot, hopefully. O'Hagan on the deck to try to corral that, and it's going to be tied up by Sam Fortier for a jump ball. It's going to stay Arlington basketball. Mueller found McCulloch, who was a little strong on the layup. Lexington comes down with the basketball. Cornetti up ahead to Fortier. Back to Cornetti. She finds Doyle, who drives. And that's going to be a travel. Nice help defense. Mueller inbounds to McCulloch, who gets it back to Mueller. Into O'Hagan. Kicks it out to Lucas, who'll take the three. Short. Lexington with the rebound. Good recovery by Lucas to stop the break there. Cornetti with a three, and that's off. Arlington really flying around, Jeff, on defense, causing a little bit of problems for Lexington at this point.
They are. They're doing a really good job, sort of in that help/recovery phase. And, you know, they're at least getting close to getting a hand in the way.
McCulloch drives. Gets it blocked. No foul, no call. Fortier finds Cornetti. Couldn't quite gather, but she'll keep her dribble alive. Makes a nice pass to a cutting number 15, Taylor Wozniak, as Lexington now leads by 7, 28-21 here in the third. Lucas to Mueller. Back up to Lucas up top. As Arlington patiently trying to break down this zone.
Great drive.
Great drive by Mueller. Really good move with nothing really opening up there, Jeff, on the zone. So Mueller took it upon herself to attack and score.
Right back to what she was doing in the first quarter, which is great to see.
It's a great drive by Cornetti. Really nice finish around O'Hagan at the end. Turnover for Arlington. That's going to be Doyle bringing the ball over for Lexington. Cornetti's going to take that three. They'll make it.
Trouble.
And that's going to be a quick timeout by Martinelli. I think a really good timeout. Lexington has kind of grown this lead to 10. Looked a little comfortable in the past two possessions as they were getting open shots, and Cornetti's going to knock those down. She's a quality player.
Absolutely. What Arlington avoided in the first half was out-of-control offensive possessions where they get too much speed coming down the court. They force passes that aren't there, and they just lead to, you know, straightforward turnovers. They did a great job in the first half of avoiding those, which is something that's plagued us in pretty much every game all season. And now in the first 3 minutes of the second half, I think we've probably had at least 3 of those possessions. You know, we're not even getting, we're right back to where we started at the beginning of the year. We're not even getting looks offensively. The one look I think we had was Weezy's drive, which she converted. But again, against teams of this caliber, you can't go 3 and 4 minutes getting one look at the hoop. You need looks nearly every possession down, and ideally multiple looks. So we're going to need to start crashing the boards offensively now as well, and start converting, because we're going to have to pick up the offensive pace.
One change for the Spy Ponders coming out of that timeout. Avery Spector into the game for Lucas. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Paul trying to find McCulloch on the baseline. That's going to be off of a Lexington leg. Out of bounds. It's going to stay Spy Ponder basketball. Mueller calling out the play. Finding McCulloch.
Good
drives. Yes, we're gonna get fouled there. She's gonna go to the line for 2. And Jeff, to your point before, I think we're gonna need to see more of that, more of Arlington attacking the basket, trying to get to the line, trying to get some easy layups, generate some offense somehow. First shot for McCulloch is up and down. Cuts the lead to 9. 33-24, Lexington. Second shot from McCulloch, rattles around and falls.
Yeah, I didn't want to break the flow there of the free throws and interrupt anything. Completely agree. Some layups, more free throws, especially the way we're shooting them tonight. They really have to stay aggressive. We're not going to be able to just rely on outside shooting tonight. And of course, a couple of missed layups on Lexington's part isn't going to hurt.
As Mueller brings the ball over half court, gives it to McCulloch. Brings it back out to reset the offense. Waits for the screen from O'Hagan. Kicks it over to Mueller. Fires it down low, and that's going to be out of bounds off number 1, Gloria Doyle. Very active defender for Lexington. Got her hand on that. Thankfully, it went out of bounds. It's going to remain Arlington basketball. Mueller to inbound. Lofts it up to O'Hagan. Finds Spector. Kicks it to Paul. Down low to O'Hagan. And that's going to go. 27-33. Arlington now down just 6 as they've clawed back into this game. Nice shot by Lexington. I thought we had the baseline helping us on defense there, but they were able to stay in bounds and work it for an open shot. Mueller brings the ball over. It
would have been nice to have him miss that one and try to take this thing down and cut it to 4.
Oh, Lily Paul with a nice pump fake, sidestep, open, long 2, unfortunately, as she did step on the line. Nice bucket, though. Good offensive possession for the Ponders.
One more stop here.
Spector applying the defensive pressure on Crinity, who forces the ball out of her hands. Well done. It's going to be a foul on who? Is that on O'Hagan?
Yep.
That's going to be her 3rd. And I believe Isabella Jardine coming in the game now, replacing O'Hagan. Crinity to inbound for Lexington. Good defense by Arlington there, forcing a tough shot. Mueller finds McCulloch, who's going to drive and finish. And that's going to get us to 31, down just 4 points now, 35-31. Really nice stretch here by Arlington. Great defense by Spector, forcing Crinity back out. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Lexington. Isabella Jardine in the right place at the right time. Great team defense by Arlington across the board there to force that turnover. Eileen Lucas back into the game. Forgot to mention she replaced Lily Paul. Nice stretch for Lily. Spector up top to Lucas. Lucas to Mueller. Over to Spector. She's going to drive. Good drive, good offensive rebound by McCulloch. Back up, in and out. Unfortunately, couldn't get that to go. Looked like Lexington was out of bounds on the baseline, not called. And that is going to be a carry. Again, I really see Arlington jumping out on the defensive side and just causing a little bit of hesitation by Lexington. We're getting some turnovers off that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fundamental in basketball, but it will make all the difference. Just putting the offense under a little bit of pressure will change up the cadence.
Spector lofts it over to Mueller. Doesn't see anything there, brings it out smartly. Finds it, McCulloch. Surveys, lofts it over to Spector, who finds Mueller. She's going to be open. That was a tough call, tough break. Lexington basketball, and Trinity is coming out of the game. Interesting move here by Coach Saliat. Don't know, little frustration being shown by Stella there. Good recovery defense by Spector. Lexington shot misses. And it's going to be a foul, I think, on Isabella, which I don't actually mind a foul there. You don't want to give up easy shots in there. Rather, you know, foul them, and make them earn it at the free throw line.
100%. They've missed a few of them tonight, and we're not in foul trouble.
First one down. Lexington leads by 5, 36-31. With a minute and a half left here in the third quarter. A very strong quarter so far for Arlington. Now if we can just close it out and keep this game close going into the fourth, we'll see what happens. Lexington makes both.
So much
leads
for
by
free
6.
throw struggles.
Call that the reverse jinx.
Always. I'm mush.
Spector to Mueller. Mueller drives. Good offensive rebound by Isabella. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be Arlington basketball on the baseline. Mueller to inbound. A minute 20 left on the clock. Finds McCulloch. Kicks it over to Mueller. Oh, sorry, to Lucas. Finds Spector. Back to Lucas. Spector finds McCulloch. Arlington's in a little bit of trouble here, not really doing much offensively, but they're getting on the ground. Spector finds Mueller, kicks it out to McCulloch. She's going to drive, kick it back. Oh, tried to find Mueller back out, and that's going to be a turnover.
They need a stop right here.
Good recovery. Everybody on Arlington back and playing hard on defense.
Good closeout.
Stepped out of bounds. Great defense by Arlington, forcing the out of bounds. That's going to be Arlington basketball. 38 seconds here. Would almost like to see them.
One shot.
Yeah, take a little time and get one good shot here at the end of the third quarter. Mueller surveys and finds Lucas. And smart basketball being played here. McCulloch back to Lucas. Lucas over to Spector. Spector finds Mueller, who's going to take that and make it. And
wow.
That's a big shot.
I think she might have shot that from Lexington.
Weezy Mueller with a huge 3 to cut the lead 2-3 here at the end of the third.
Straight up, no shots, no shots.
And that shot is just off for Lexington. And I will go out on a limb and say that was Arlington's best third quarter of the season by far, in my opinion.
I would 100% back you up. No doubt.
Great close to the quarter. Really nice to see the composure by Arlington. 37-34. Down only 3 now against, again, go back to it, Jeff. This is the 6th-ranked team in Division I in the entire state of Massachusetts. They're 9-3. They've beaten some high-quality competition, and Arlington's right there. In fact, Arlington is putting pressure on them and closed the gap there in that third quarter.
Yeah, you know, and I've been trying to figure out what, you know, what's the difference of how Arlington's playing tonight versus 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago against Watertown. You know, I don't know if you can really look at this, but, you know, you commented earlier there's a bunch of Connecticut or a bunch of Huskies playing against each other here. And just as importantly, Arlington and Lexington played each other. These girls have played each other for probably the last 5, 6, 7 years through Metro West basketball. I know for a fact the sophomore Arlington class used to beat up on the Lexington sophomore class year after year. I have the feeling, I think the junior class, the same thing. I'm not sure about the seniors. But at some point, these girls know the girls who they're playing against. And at some point, that familiarity, that understanding of, we've played against these girls, we've beat these girls. I don't care what their record is. I don't care what their rank is. I know as an individual, I've beaten this team. And as a team, we can beat this team. And again, that fundamental belief just deep down, put the records to the side, put the rankings to the side, go out and settle down on the court after 32 minutes. And I got to be honest, down 3 against this Lexington team is probably the best basketball we've played the entire season through 24 minutes. Now, there's 8 to go. A lot can happen in 8. We've seen good 8s. We've seen bad 8s. But I'll tell you this. They've absolutely given themselves a chance right here.
I agree with all that. And what I really like to see here is senior co-captain Gianna Polillo not playing due to coming back from a recent injury and sickness, out on the court, getting her team fired up to finish out this game and start the 4th quarter here. Really good to see Gianna getting in there and getting the crew fired up.
Absolutely. She wears that captain's badge with pride.
Resetting the lineups for Arlington, we've got Lucas, Spector, Mueller, Paul, and O'Hagan on the court. Kernity back in for Lexington as the stands are filling up here on a Friday night in Arlington. They're in for a treat, hopefully, here in the last quarter. Weezy anticipated, didn't quite get the steal. And Lexington's going to come out and hit the first bucket of the 4th quarter. Spector finds Lucas. Paul open for 3. She's going to take it and make it. And the shots are falling here in Arlington tonight. Down only 2. Big shot by Captain Lily Paul. Doyle got lost there, missed defense by Arlington, but did not get punished for that one as she missed the 3. O'Hagan collects the rebound and passes up to Mueller.
You can give an assist on that rebound to Eileen Lucas with a phenomenal box out.
Lucas drives, kicks it back out to Mueller. She's guarded by current Huskies teammate Sam Fortier. They know each other well. Finds Spector open for a long 2. Little strong, good shot though. It's a good shot to take. As she hustles back on defense and picks up Kernity. Kernity for 3. That's a killer shot. She's a kind of player that I think has a good sense of timing and then realized her team needed a bucket and took a big shot and made it for them. Arlington down 5, 42-37 here, 6.5 to go in the 4th. Spector for 3, online, just right, just wide right. McCulloch into the game, replacing Mueller. Sure, that'll be a quick break for Mueller to get some rest and get her back in the game.
Yeah, she won't be sitting long. Imperative we get a stop here. We do not want this going to 7 or 8.
3-pointer for Lexington. Back-to-back 3s for Lexington. Pushes the lead to 8. Lucas finds Paul, who finds Spector. Out to Lucas, open for 3. And that's down for Arlington. Big shot.
Way to bounce back.
That gets them to 40 points, cuts the lead to 5. Huge shot for Avery Spector.
Absolutely. 2 misses that she was not happy with before that. Huge, huge bounce back.
Good to see her keep shooting despite the misses. And that's a bank 3 for Lexington. As it's a little bit of a back and forth game right now. Lily Paul with another shot. That's off. That's going to be out of bounds. I think O'Hagan tipped that last. Lexington basketball. And like we thought, Mueller back in the game after a quick break, replacing Lily Paul.
I think right here the key is we have to turn the defense up. We are not going to be able to outscore this team over the last 6 in offensive output. We have to D up, get some rebounds, and push.
which is what Spector does. Finds Mueller.
Great
Great look, great finish. Arlington's at 42 points.
That's how you run the break.
Keeping it close, keeping the pressure on Lexington. And that is just a backbreaker 3 by Wozniak for Lexington, as that's 3 open threes. I'm not even sure if I would call them open. They're just taking and making some big shots on the Lexington side. Timeout by Martinelli. I think, Jeff, probably to get to your point and reinforce that, the defense needs to stay at a high level here as we close out this game. It's nice to see Arlington cracking 40 points. This is our highest offensive output for the season. We've got a lot of diversity on in terms of who's making shots for Arlington. Another really nice thing to see. Really just hope they can keep their composure, keep the defense tight and locked in, and see if we can't close out this game strong.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, with just over 4.5 to go, I mean, I don't know what the number is that we're going to have to hold Lexington to, but I can say with a high degree of confidence, we're going to have to limit Lexington to probably no more than 4 or 5 points more. We're really going to have to shut them down. And even if we do that, we still need to come up with another 14 or 15 points, which in 4.5 minutes is not going to be easy. But that's what it's going to take. We're going to need a couple turnovers. We're going to need a couple fast breaks. We're going to need a couple of free throws. And then we're going to need a couple of shots to go.
And that shot, unfortunately, did not go for O'Hagan, but she was able to come in and force a jump ball. It's going to be Arlington basketball. Paul back into the game for Lucas, as Mueller sets the out-of-bounds play for the Ponders. Finds O'Hagan. Unfortunately, it's going to be a turnover, Lexington basketball. Offensive rebound for Sam Fortier. I believe that's going to be a foul on O'Hagan on the drive. Her 4th, and Lucas will come in to replace her.
Looks like Arlington's going to go small here, and let's see if they can just turn up the pressure and get out and run.
It's not a bad idea. Lexington's not a huge team, and I think what we want is we need people flying around and jumping out on 3-point shots. As Trinity drives, really tough finish by her. She's come alive here a little bit here in the 4th quarter, pushing the lead to 11 now, 53-42. Mueller scans, finds McCulloch. Throws it away. It's going to be Lexington basketball. As they slow it down a little bit, run a little bit of clock, and try to get a good offensive shot. 3-pointer is up and good. And Wozniak continues to shoot the lights out from outside. Is Arlington now down 14, 56-42 as this game slipping a little bit out of their hands. Ball's tipped on the way through. It's going to be another turnover for Arlington. Lexington really ramping up their pressure on defense right now as we're under 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Arlington can't quite come up with the offensive rebound. Wozniak's going to shoot another one. Misses that one, thankfully. But Arlington, I think, just a little sped up right now. A little too frantic. That's going to be a turnover. O'Hagan and Jardine back into the game along with Paul, replacing Spector and McCulloch. Another offensive rebound for Sam Fortier for Lexington. Cornetti drives, tough runner. She's good. There's no doubt about it. Helping Lexington to pull away a little bit as Lucas drives and finishes a really tough shot. Nice left-handed finish for her. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Arlington down 14. Wozniak on the drive this time, finishes. And Lexington hits 60 points. Really impressive fourth quarter here by them.
Yeah, I know we were down 3 at the start of the quarter. What was it, like 44-41, 43-40, something in that neighborhood. You can look at it at both sides. Lexington got hot, has knocked down a bunch of shots. Probably not the best defense we've played the entire game. And then at the same point, the offense has gone dry. You combine the two, and that's a bad 8.
Mueller drives, gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. First one off the back rim. I believe that's the first missed free throw for Arlington on the night. A lot of positives to be taken from this game, despite the fact, I think, Jeff, that it's getting away from us a little bit here. Second shot for Mueller coming up.
Absolutely. Really impressed with how they played through the first 24 minutes. Not a huge believer in moral victories, but I loved what we saw through 24.
Second one for Mueller goes down. Arlington down 15 now, 60-45. A minute and 15 left in the game. Wozniak with another 3. Good rebound, good strong rebound by Mueller, and Martinelli's going to take his last timeout. My guess here, Jeff, is he's taken a minute to just calm everybody down, let them keep their heads up, finish the game strong. No need to be despondent. You know, they played a really good game against a really good opponent. We got a minute left. We got to practice end of game situations. How do we want to play defense? How do we want to attack on offense? You know, what's he looking for in the future as we hope these games will be even closer? Yeah,
I completely agree, and I at the same time I really hope that is the messaging, because I think there was a lot of positives to take away from this. You know, it's always easy to find the negatives and find the things that we have to keep improving on. I think as a coach, that I know from my standpoint, I think that's always the easy part. But you have to make sure you can draw the positives out of this too. And you battled the top team tooth and nail for 24 minutes. And you can't lose sight of that.
Mueller hands off to McCulloch, who hands off to Spector. Finds O'Hagan. Passes to McCulloch down low. Out to Spector, open for 3. McCulloch trying to track down the offensive rebound. Can't quite keep it in bounds. It's going to be Lexington ball. Really good play by Arlington there. Good ball movement. Unfortunately, it's a make-or-miss game, and Lexington's been making shots. We haven't. Steal by Spector. Finds Lucas, who's going to drive again and finish. Nice finish by Eileen Lucas. Cuts it to 13 as Arlington continuing to play hard right up until the final whistle. That's going to stay Lexington ball. 20 seconds left. Arlington playing hard right till the end.
Love watching Avery and Eileen team up in the backcourt to put some pressure on.
It's going to be a jump ball. Great dive by Lucas to get her hands on that one. Believe it will stay Lexington ball. Martinelli coaching all the way to the end, which you like to see, despite the score. Lucas with the steal. Pushes and drives up ahead. And it's going to be an offensive foul as she crashes into Lexington's number 21, Faith Kim. We've got just over 10 seconds left here in the game. Trinity to bring the ball up, and she's just going to try to dribble it out. Arlington won't let her. McCulloch with the foul. I don't mind this, Jeff. You know, again, like we said, they're learning how to play at these end of games. They're learning how to close games out. This is the kind of defense you have to play. You like to see it.
Absolutely, pressuring the inbounds, throwing a trap out there. You know, not a not full-on full-court press, but you know, 3/4. Again, they're all different looks that you have to be able to throw out at teams.
And that's going to do it. Final score: Lexington 60, Arlington 47. A lot to like about the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives to take away from this one. Again, it's certainly not the ending we wanted to see. Would have been an amazing Friday night in the gym if we could have sprung the upset on them. But again, they did a lot right. I hope the girls are proud of the effort. I hope the coach is proud of the effort.
Yeah, I agree with all that. There's we might have a couple girls joining us post-game for post-game interviews as we wait here for the boys' game, which is coming up next. Just to close out and give a preview for what Arlington will face next week. We're going to look ahead to two home games on the schedule. First up is a rematch against Winchester on Tuesday, followed by another rematch against Belmont on Friday. The Ponders played tough against both of those teams on the road earlier in the season, so it'll be a good opportunity, I think, to see where they stack up at this point in the season. Please stay tuned. Again, as I said, we have expect to have a couple of the varsity girls join us for post-game interviews in a minute. And I'd like to remind everyone watching that we'll be handing things over to Dawn and Tim shortly as they'll be covering the boys varsity game against Lexington. Tip-off for that is expected at 7 o'clock, so in about 15 minutes. Hang with us as we're going to get a couple of the players on mic and on camera.
Sorry, I'm breathing so. Yeah, same. I was just thinking that. I'm like, we just printed up here. Oh, God. Yeah, I can see myself.
All right, we are live, girls. Thank you for joining us. I have Captain Lily Paul and Junior Wheezy Mueller joining us here. First of all, nice game, girls. Not exactly the way I know you wanted to finish, but Lily, I'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about the game tonight. What worked for you guys?
Our communication was really good, and our defensive rotations were there. They're a good shooting team. Good shooting teams are going to score. We just need to work on our closeouts a little bit better.
I agree with that. I think I was impressed to be that close to them after 3 quarters. Some of the best basketball you guys have played, I think, all season. What was something that Coach Martinelli talked to you guys about halftime? Because I really saw intense focus when you came out in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, during halftime, he was just reiterating that we need to close out really hard, jump to the gap, and cut off what he called cut off the head of the play, so disrupt the beginning of the play.
I saw that happen. In fact, you know, one of their stronger players, Stella Cornetti, a little bit frustrated in the 3rd quarter. Defense you guys were playing was fantastic. I will say she came in, had a good 4th quarter, helped them pull away. I'll come back to you in a second. But Wheezy, let me talk to you for a minute. Give me your thoughts on the 4th quarter. As it was starting to get away from us a little bit, what was the mentality like? What were you guys talking about on the bench?
We just talk about we got to keep our heads in it. Like, we're a team that's got to fight. We got to give energy all the time. That's our game. So the second we're not focused, they're going to hit their shots. We play some great teams. So when stuff like that happens, we just got to get turnovers on defense, and that will translate on offense.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll say what I noticed tonight offensively for you guys was a lot of different people scoring, a lot of different people shooting. Was that a focus for the offense for this game, or kind of how did you see that evolve as the point guard for tonight?
I think that's something that's been developing during the season. It wasn't anything new to the team that, you know, some girls had to step up, had to get on the boards and go score, and a lot of the underclassmen, a lot of new girls getting out there scoring. I think it was confidence. I think it was the energy, and it was their time. They score like that all the time in practice, and I think they brought that confidence to Tate and showed the game that they can really play, so I was really proud of them.
Awesome. As you look ahead to, you know, the second half, really the tail end of the season here, we've got a lot of rematches coming up. Next week, a couple tough ones, Winchester and Belmont. Give me your thoughts on Winchester first, Wheezy. What are you looking for there?
They're a really great team. They can shoot the ball. But we played a good game against them last time. I don't think the score reflected it. But if we play our defense, if we play hard, we can stick with them, maybe get an upset. I'm really excited. It's great that we get to play these teams a second time because we get to prove ourselves again.
And at home next week, too, which is great.
Yeah.
Lily, what about you? Belmont is the second game next week here on Friday. Again, another rematch. Some thoughts that you have as looking ahead to that game?
Yeah, these upcoming games are really important. Like, we played these games against them first in the beginning of the season. We were a very new team together. We've really developed a lot since then. Our offense has gotten much better. Like you said tonight, our shots were really falling. That was great to see. And we've been working on our defense a lot, and hopefully that translates into those games.
Awesome. All right, Weezy, I'll give you one final chance here. You're live on air. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to my sister, Harriet. She's out there in California.
I'm sure she's
watching. Maybe watching this. We'll see. Maybe I'll tell her to go look at it. So.
Great. All right, well, congrats. Good luck next week. Lily, congratulations. I heard you're going to Skidmore next year to play lacrosse.
Yeah.
Very good. That's exciting. Any shout-outs that you'd like to make before signing off?
Yeah, my mom. She's over there. She's a great supporter.
Both of the moms. Look at them over there.
Oh, they're
Awesome.
both talking, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good crowd tonight. Well, thanks again, girls. I appreciate it. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're going to do starting lineups at 2 minutes. From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Minutemen of Lexington High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan, joined by my partner Tim Hoffman with Tom Clarity on camera. Spy Ponders coming into tonight's game with a record of 9-2, 7-2 in the league. Lexington at 6-5, 6-3 in the league. And Tim, tonight we're going to have a matchup of 6 of the league's top scorers. Lexington has the leading scorer in the league, number 4. You'll see him out there, Darren Ongur. And Arlington has the number 3 scorer, James Digman, and the number 6 scorer, Lincoln Fudge. So maybe we'll see some good offensive firepower here tonight.
I can see these guys going up and down like nobody's business. And this is a great high school basketball game. Great game to be involved with. And as Lexington is here, I mean, it's one of the most storied programs in the state of Massachusetts, going way back in the day with Ronnie Lee and Gene Newborn and Trevor, Dana, Albert Middleton, Mike Maskell, probably one of the most underrated players in the Middlesex League. These guys are going to come ready to play, and they have a bunch of, they have 4 losses in Arlington, but they also went early season and played some really, really tough non-league games. This is going to be a great high school basketball game. I can't wait for it, Don.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the old school Lexington teams, and I was fortunate enough to go to a lot of those games. My cousin Rob Phelan was a teammate of Ronnie Lee's back in the day, and I remember going to the, I believe it was the final at the Boston Garden where Lexington lost a very close game. I think Ronnie Lee fouled out of that game, but you're right, Lexington has a storied history. And as we mentioned in our last telecast, these next games feature all of Arlington's neighboring towns. You have Lexington tonight to one side, Winchester on Tuesday night coming up next week, and then Belmont after that. So we have some really good rivalry games coming up in the next 3. Arlington in the midst of a 4-game homestand. They were victorious in the first game of that homestand on Tuesday night against Watertown.
Don, I was just told that I had the wrong headset on there for a second, but I just wanted to reiterate what a great game this is going to be with Lexington and Arlington, 2 of the top teams in the Middlesex League, and this is going to be a great high school basketball game today.
So when you mentioned the storied history that I then referenced, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I was talking about Ronnie Lee and Gene Newborn and
Sure.
Albert and Dana and Trevor Middleton and Mike Maskell, and they've just had decades and decades of great high school players. I mean, I've left 50 or 60 of them out, but
You're right.
Lexington is up there probably with Cambridge Ridge and Latin and maybe Catholic Memorial over the last 4 or 5 decades as the best teams that have produced the best players. And for a public school, you're looking at Cambridge Ridge and Latin and Lexington and maybe Brockton as the top 3 teams in the last several decades. So this is going to be a great high school basketball game.
So in the Middlesex League, you play all the teams in your division twice, and you play the other division teams once. And so for Arlington, this will be the last game, believe it or not. We're a little bit halfway past the halfway point of the season, but for Arlington, this will be their first look of 2 games against Lexington, and then they'll start playing the repeat games after this against teams they've already seen. If they play them on the road, they'll play them at home, and if they play them at home, they'll play them on the road. So here you have the introduction of Lexington's starting lineup. We have sophomore guard number 10, Amare Moe, junior guard number 2, Chris Lapone. We mentioned number 4, Darren Ongur. He's a senior captain, co-captain, averaging 24 points per game. And then no slouches in their other 2 starters. Number 10, Ryan Asapur, a senior forward, averaging 13 a game. And Sam Meyerberg, a sophomore, number 11, also averaging 13 points per game. Head coach of the Minutemen in his 13th season is Reggie Hobbs.
Before Arlington goes, remember we saw Mo last year as a freshman. He was tough. And then Ongor had the big dunk against Arlington last year. Remember, he just drove the lane in the middle of traffic and just dunked on everyone. This is going to be a great game tonight.
Here's the starting five for your Spy Ponders. There's number 23, quad captain and senior Caden Mills, one of two seniors on the Arlington team.
He's going to D up their best player and give them fits.
Junior quad captain Nico Trapotsis, number 22.
Also an awesome defensive player.
Lincoln Fudge, the only non-captain in Arlington's starting lineup, number 21. Number 0, quad captain junior Peter Clarity. Rounding out the starting five for the Spy Ponders, the third leading scorer in the league, number 33, junior James Digman, also a quad captain.
I was looking before the game, Don, when these guys were warming up, totally serious. They're looking ready to go tonight. I think Arlington's going to come out strong early.
Now we'll have the playing of our national anthem. And maybe because it's a Friday night versus last game we had, which was a Tuesday night game, a much bigger crowd on hand tonight at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. To our right, the student body section completely full. In front of us, where most of the adults and parents sit, very full as well. And they've actually had to open the stands across the way from us due to the overflow crowd here tonight. Of course, the girls played beforehand, so you have some people who were able to enjoy both varsity games tonight. The girls were not victorious in the opener game, but hoping for better luck here for the Spy Ponder boys.
Yeah, Lexington travels well, and also people are still pouring in from both the Arlington and Lexington student section. I wouldn't be surprised midway through the first quarter if this place was packed.
Veteran official Jim Slattery will toss it up between the big fellas. And we're underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. The tip is controlled by the Minutemen, and that's the man you want to watch, Darren Ongur, number 4. He's the leading scorer in the league, averaging 24 points per game. Now, that's a backcourt violation. I think Mills got a piece of it, but then Lexington touched it after that, and that's a backcourt violation. Again, Mills coming out with the strong defense we've seen all season from him.
Absolutely. My contention, the best defensive player in the Middlesex League.
Now, Lexington also looks like they'll apply some full court pressure. And they look like they're in man-to-man, right, Tim?
Yeah, they'll go man-to-man. They'll also really look to push the ball up, sideline break.
Well, good help there by Mo, and he goes all the way and lays it up and in. He took the ball away from Dingman from the weak side and then followed it all the way home for 2.
You got to be careful with Lexington in transition. They really like to push it up the floor. They'll definitely pick up full. They'll try to run and jump a little bit.
First 2 points of the ball game belong to Lexington. They lead 2-0, just underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. The final season here in this gym for the Spy Ponders as the school continues its construction. Gym is the last thing to be completed. Lincoln fights for 3, and that's a nice start for Lincoln.
That's a good sign right there. Get him off, start jacking some threes. He came off the pick and just, he was letting that thing fly before he caught the ball.
3-2 Arlington, and then from the corner, a deep 3 is good by Sam Meyerberg. The sophomore gives Lexington the lead, 5-3, just underway.
Very good shooter. You got to get out on him.
Here comes Mills. Got it to Clarity. Clarity drives, kicks it out to Nico Trapotsis. Here's James Digman. Pretty much everyone's touched it for the Spy Ponders now, and then I think Digman zigged, and Mills thought he was going to zag, and they throw it away.
Yeah, if he held on to that for another second or so, Digman had the baseline. A little dump pass to him would have been
very, very advantageous.
Full court, man-to-man defense by the Ponders.
Both teams are playing top intensity right now. They both know the importance of this game.
And a tough shot there, good challenge there by Trapotsis. Missed shot there by Asapor. And now in the ensuing action, a foul will be committed by Lexington.
A good position by most of the Arlington guys. I mean, you had Trapotsis, you had Mills and Clardy in there all boxing out. They had a wall there.
Now, Asapur, one of the co-captains for the Minutemen, he checks out of the Lexington lineup, interestingly enough, only a minute 50 into the game. And see who that replacement is. I'll catch that number later.
I think coach just wanted to calm him down a little bit. It seemed like he was a little bit out of control on that offensive rebound there.
It's like Brendan Schwartz, number 21. Now Dingman on the putback, puts it up and in, and we're tied at 5.
I like getting Fudge and Dingman going early, because that's your bread and butter right there on offense.
5:49 to go, and unfortunately for Amari Moe, he just got his feet tangled up with the Arlington defenders, and it will be Arlington ball. And as Tim mentioned there, quick in and out for Asapor as he checks right back in the lineup.
Yeah, there's a good trap by Fudge and Mills, and when Mills is involved, you got a tough one to get through right there.
Quick message there sent by Coach Hobbs. Let's see how Asapor responds. His Dingman on the baseline.
I would like to see James take that to him right away. Make their best offensive player cover you.
Fudge, tough baseline, Jay, no.
He's feeling it though.
Asapor with the rebound.
That was a good take.
As Asapur inside, puts it up, flips it, no good. Rebound, fought for. Both players have it, and it's either going to be a held ball or a travel. They go with a held ball.
Good call.
On the alternating possession rule, it will be Arlington basketball. And Coach Hobbs to the bench again. Let's see who this is. This is number 0, Charles O'Brien, a sophomore guard, and he replaces Chris Luponi.
Just the opposite of what we saw last week with Watertown. These guys, I like this. You know, he's getting guys in and out of the game real quick.
He's made as many substitutions in 3 minutes as Coach Harrington has all season. For Watertown High, that is, of course. Arlington working their man offense.
You get a step to the ball.
Good recovery there by Trapotsis. Here comes Clardy, gets bumped off his spot. They swing it around for Lincoln Fudge 3, which is good.
Yeah, Fudge is feeling it tonight. You could tell the first shot that he took, he was really looking for his offense. I hope he gets off tonight on that.
Lincoln has 6 of Arlington's 8, and the Spy Ponders lead at 8-5, 4:35 to go, first quarter.
And with Fudge scoring early, if you get Fudge and Dingman scoring,
what a block by Caden Mills. He came over from the weak side and blocked the shot by, I believe it was Asapur for Lexington. Now the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Minutemen. It will be Arlington ball.
Yeah, Coach Woods wants them to, they want him to push the ball, but they don't want to push it recklessly like that. You got to go up the sideline. They caught a break there where Lexington tipped it out of bounds. The pace of this game, Don, is just like a racetrack here.
Dingman fakes. Now he's going to drive baseline and put up strong. A little contact there. They let him play through. Asapor with the rebound.
He might be better off jump stopping there and getting his position, then going up.
Ongor lost control of it. Last touch by Arlington. Lexington ball.
Some of the stuff that works against Stoneham and Watertown and Wilmington is not going to work against Lexington tonight. You got to be on your A game.
Arlington has held Darren Ongor scoreless so far here in the first quarter. We're halfway through the first quarter.
Nice pass.
That is a nice pass by Mo, but unable to really take advantage of it was Lexington. Here's Ongor for 3. His shot is way off the mark. Dingman with another rebound for the Ponders.
I think one of the reasons the Lexington kids score so much is their pace. You know, they're looking to push, but it doesn't look like that they're very efficient offensively once they get in the quarter court.
Here's Fudge. He's been hot so far. He's going to go into the paint. He's going to take it all the way to the tin. Unlucky on the roll.
Still a really good take, though, right there. Coach Woods would take that all day.
Well, that's just a take it and jacket 3 from the corner.
I like that kid already.
That's Meyerberg, who hit a 3 earlier. Now Arlington works it around. His Dingman on the baseline went between his legs. I believe he stepped out of bounds with that sweet move.
Yeah, he got too close to the baseline there and just stepped out of bounds.
That was pretty nice, though. Driving baseline, coming back with the left hand through the legs into the paint, but stepped out of bounds.
Lexington subbing some more, Don. We've seen probably 8 guys, right? For
Looks
that
like
Lexington?
number 12, Cole Metzger, a senior forward, is player number 8. playing so far. Arlington yet to go to the bench. 3:02 remaining first quarter. Arlington leads at 8-5. Here's Mo. Three-point shot there is good, and that's number 0, Charles, don't call me Chuck, O'Brien. He's got 3. Amari Mo has 2.
Nice.
Going
good take.
Strong move there by Mills, no good, but he's fouled on the play. Tim just pointed out to me, also checking into the Lexington lineup is number 5, Nazir Mendez-Steven. So now I believe 9 players for Lexington have played.
You know what stands out to me from him? You look down and it says grade 9.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. And he can play. You could tell just he gets into the game. He didn't wait for anything. He attacked the hoop. He made a nice pass. He's ready to go. There's a player right there, 9th grader, probably about 14 years old.
Yeah, Lexington with 3 reserves in the game right now, and they're about to make it number 4, as this looks like number 21, Brendan Schwartz, who had been in the game earlier, checks back in. So right now, Lexington with only 1 starter in the game, and that's number 2, Lupone.
It shows that they want to play up tempo. They're gonna press. They're gonna push the ball, and they want fresh legs.
Cade misses both free throws, but James there to grab the offensive rebound. Clarity on the cut to Dingman. Lost control of it for just a second. That allowed the Lexington defender to get a hand on that and tip it away.
You know what I'm going to say, right, Don?
He should have shot it.
No, it should have been a bounce pass.
Oh, that's right, too. That's your second biggest mantra, besides just shoot it. 2:18 to go, first quarter. We're tied at 8. On the drive, they kick it out.
Oh, a little double-double.
Double dribble is called.
Not much of an argument. He tried to argue, but he didn't have much of an argument. He dribbled twice.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark remaining first quarter, still tied at 8.
Tough D by Lexington. They really get up on you. Especially Fudge and Dingman. They're concentrating on them.
Lupone is really all over Lincoln Fudge right now. Trapotsis hasn't touched it too many times tonight so far. His Dingman into the paint, fakes, takes a tough pull-up jumper, front rim, and gets the roll.
That's a great shot. It's a tough shot from that spot. But that's what they need. They need their 2 offensive guys to score.
Dingman has 4, Fudge has 6, accounting for all 10 of the Ponder points. That ball almost went out of bounds. Minute 27 to go, Arlington by 2. Mills just a second late there on the steal. Now the fake by O'Brien. O'Brien has it taken away by Caden Mills.
Great hands.
Arlington may have some numbers here. Fudge is going to take it to the basket, takes a tough pull-up, and scores.
He's really looking to attack the hoop tonight, Don.
That's a tough shot right there. Lincoln Fudge gives Arlington a 12-8 lead coming up on the final 1 minute in the fast-paced first quarter. Only 2 fouls committed, attributing to this fast-paced game. The officials letting them play, and they're playing clean so far. Here comes Clarity off the Lexington miss. He's going to take it strong to the hole. He pulls it back out.
I'd like to see Fudge or Dingman get this bucket here.
Dingman on the drive, puts it up. No, but he's fouled on the play. The foul will be before the shot. Arlington will inbound on the baseline. 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Arlington will have a fresh 35 on the shot clock. And Alexei Trapotsis, number 12, checks into the Arlington lineup. First substitution so far here tonight for the Ponders. And he replaced Caden Mills, I believe.
Yeah, I probably don't want Mills to get a cheapie here because they're going to need him.
Unfortunately there, here comes Mo the other way, and he's going to kind of throw it down.
Yeah, he's probably about 5'9" and change and just dunked it.
The sophomore guard throws it down. Arlington now has a 2-point lead, and pretty much small differential between the game clock and the shot clock, maybe a 1-second differential. Arlington has not been great, in my opinion, so far, of holding for that final shot, although it led to a James Digman three-quarter court shot the other day. There's Digman again with a quick shot, and that leaves Lexington 15 seconds for them to perhaps hold for a final shot.
A good shot by Digman. That's going to fall. He's going to keep taking them.
Ongor, he'll finally have his first. No, he does not get his first hoop of the game, as he had bad luck on that. His Dingman from the same spot. Can he do it again?
No. I heard him call glass.
So a very fast-paced and entertaining first quarter here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium. The score at the end of 1, Arlington 12, Lexington 10. We'll be back with the second quarter action.
Yeah, after the pace of the game, you would think that there would be more points scored, but 12-10 is sort of modest for the way that these guys really tried to push the ball and play defense. But it should be a great second quarter.
Getting ready for second quarter action. Don Phelan along with Tim Hoffman, Tom Clarity on camera, and Arlington leads it by 2 to begin this second quarter. Good first quarter for the Ponders. Continue to win quarters, as we talked about many times with Coach Woods. If you have a game and you win all 4 quarters, the record's going to be pretty good. Here's the three-point shot, no good again. Ongor unable to score. Scoreless in the first quarter for the Middlesex League leading scorer. Here comes Nico Trapotsis. Oh, he had it blocked from behind, but Clarity there for the loose change and picks it up and throws it in.
Great job by Peter Clarity there, coming in, getting the offensive rebound, putting it right back up. I'd actually like it if he looked for his offense a little bit more. I think he defers to the more offensive players in Fudge and Digman, but I think he has a nice offensive game, and he could attack the hoop a little bit more.
Clarity with his first bucket of the game, and now so does Ongor have his. The co-captain with his first basket of the game, and Arlington leads at 14-12. We played 1 minute here in the second quarter.
Yeah, kid averaging 25. You're not going to keep him off the board too long.
No.
He's going to get his points.
Here's Dingman's just inside the three-point line, and so he'll only get credit for 2.
Great screen there by Nico Trapotsis. Freed him up.
Both Trapotsis are in there right now. I don't know if that makes them Trapotsis. ES instead of IS. Three-point shot there is good by Sam Meyerberg. He probably
he's
looks
a shooter, man. He has beautiful form, and he's got a quick release.
Just a sophomore, as they used to say.
And he can really let it fly. I love his stroke.
He looks like the best pure shooter out there right now, probably for either team. But Dingman's going to try to answer with his own, and he does.
I think the best shooter we've seen this year.
Maybe.
Yeah. But that's a great shot by Digman there, getting his feet set, letting it fly. They're going to need big games from him.
Dingman answers the 3 with 3 of his own, and the Spy Ponder leaders back up to 4, 19-15. Now here comes Ongo into the traffic. No, he's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Let's see who they get that foul on. I think it's going to go against James Digman. For James, that'll be his first on the team here in the second quarter. And Darren Ongo at the line for 2.
He's scored like a bull in a china shop there. He'd just run right through, and they just have to be careful. Try to take a charge, or don't foul him, because he's sometimes out of control taking to the hoop, and he really, scoring as many points as he does, you can obviously see that he's really, really trying to score the basketball when he gets it. And sometimes they might be able to get their feet set and draw a charge on him.
Caden Mills back into the Arlington lineup. He replaces Nico Trapotsis. 1 of 2 for Ongor. So the Arlington 5 in there right now. Dingman, Fudge, Mills, Alexei Trapotsis, and Peter Clarity. That's him with the ball right there, number 0. Mills, nice little move, flips it back up. No.
Good
Tried to take that to the other
Caden.
side. I don't know why I just didn't flip it up over from the front of the rim. He tried to use the backboard, I guess, instead. Unlucky there. Good challenge there by the Ponders on the drive by Meyerberg. Ball knocked out of bounds by Lexington. It will remain Arlington ball.
Good defensive rebounding by Arlington there. Mills had good position. Clarity had good position. Place is packed on.
Yeah, the other side, as I mentioned, had a little bit of a crowd behind the Lexington bench, and that's filling in as well. Looks like a little 2-2-1 here now by Lexington. Arlington does a great job breaking it rather easily. Lincoln Fudge's 3 is blocked. Chris Lapone came a long way for that and knocked it out of bounds.
Still a good shot, though, because he had his feet set. He had a little bit of time It's still a good shot. We get the ball back. Hopefully he jacks another one. Yeah, they switched it up a little bit. Instead of their man-to-man, they went to a little bit 2-2-1 zone press.
Now it looks like they're in zone down this end as well. Fudge to the basket, tough shot off the window and in.
That was a tough shot. Little runner off the glass. Good touch.
Lincoln
Arlington
Fudge
picking up full.
Lincoln Fudge, the first player in double figures here tonight. And now they're going to get Alexei Trapotsis on a blocking foul.
Hopefully on Trapotsis. Don't want it on Fudge.
For Alexei, his first, second on the team. Ponders with their largest lead of the game, 21-16, 5:05. That's a 5, right? Or is that a 6? Hard to see. Remaining, now another foul committed by Arlington. Let's see if that's on Caden.
Oof. Seemed like he was a little out of control and fell.
5:02.
Didn't seem like Mills hit him.
Yeah, it was on Caden, his first, third on the team. So Arlington racking up the team fouls here early on in the second quarter. Nice entry pass there.
That was a little nicer than nice. That was a superb pass right there.
Mo dumped it down to Schwartz, and Schwartz laid it in for his first points of the game.
He's calling for a sub, too.
21-18 Arlington. You say sub, you think steak and cheese, don't you?
He wants to come out of the game. He said he's a little bit winded. He just gave the signal to Coach. Coach is going to put in
a signal
O'Brien.
You never gave.
Never.
Clarity off the window, no.
I would have needed oxygen and an ambulance before I came out. Forget it.
Clarity with great defense, almost caused a turnover. Mo fakes.
How many times did he dribble that one?
Ball out of bounds. Lexington loses it. Arlington ball. Lexington will substitute a couple of players. Number 10, Ryan Asapur, back into the game, as is number 0, Charles O'Brien. And now a timeout called. Let's see who called that timeout.
Yeah, I think Mo's been going fast-paced, picking up full, running the floor, and just wanted a little bit of a breather. Gave Coach Hobbs a signal that he wanted to sit a little bit. So this timeout's going to help him, too. They probably will get him back into the game a little bit quicker. He sort of is the engine to their offense. He moves the ball. He's, as we see in the last couple of transitions, he's a really good distributor of the basketball. And he was a good player last year, but just from this year to last year, the improvement has been immense.
Almost halfway through the second quarter, Arlington leads it 21-18, 4:09 exactly, precisely to play in the second quarter.
And you know what, Don, I noticed too, is we're up here in the booth, and it is
where it's
hot
1,000
as heck.
degrees.
Yeah, it's about 1,000. You see Mo down there, and he's breathing heavily.
He is,
but he also has a long sleeve shirt underneath. If we had long sleeve shirts on up here and we're not running the fast break, we'd be sweating like nobody's business.
Let's see what we have now. Timeout Lexington. Very rare that you see back-to-back timeouts like that. I don't know if Coach Hobbs didn't like his personnel out there, or maybe he's using this opportunity to give Mo, and I apologize if the correct pronunciation is Mao or Mo. It's M-O-W. I'm going to go with Mo. Maybe he's going to try to get him back in this game. Use these 2 timeouts and not have to substitute him. Let's see if they do that.
Yeah, he was getting some water on the sidelines, hanging out. He might be ready to go. I say he goes short sleeve for the second half. I mean, the Arlington gym is definitely a little bit toasty.
Nope. Mo will stay on the bench. And Arlington will inbound on the sideline. Lexi had a little trouble getting it inbounds, but he does, and gets it to James Dingman. Dingman and Fudge have accounted for 19 of Arlington's 21. Now going to the basket, no, but Dingman will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I think when they're covering him man-to-man and they have some good spacing and there's not clogged up in the middle, he can get to the hoop and he's going to score or get fouled most of the time. That's a great play right there. Just attack the hoop. They had plenty of spacing. They weren't able to double team him. And as we've seen in the past, he's a very good foul shooter.
Ongor picks up that foul, his first. That free throw was short, didn't get the roll.
Of course, I jinx him.
Yeah, first team foul committed by the Minutemen here in the second quarter. 4:03 to go until the halftime break, and the Ponders lead it by 3.
Don, you mentioned earlier that you recognize these refs as veteran refs. So far, they've done a really good job. I mean, they're called a great game and let the players play.
Dingman and Fudge both in double figures now, respectively the 3rd and 6th leading scorers in the Middlesex League. Now, that looked like a foul, and I think that's going to go against Ongor. And if it is, that'll be 2 fouls that he picked up in approximately 10 seconds worth of playing time, and that could be significant.
Yeah, he's super aggressive, and sometimes you just have to calm down a little bit on defense. I mean, if you get a foul on offense, offensive foul taken to the hoop or something like that, that's one thing. But he's super aggressive defensively, and you just got to calm down a little bit there.
Yeah, especially at the 3-quarter court mark.
Right.
Dingman in the corner. I think that's a 3. It's going to be short. Alexi keeps it alive. Now, Caden goes up with it. No. But he'll go to the line for 2.
Good job by Nico there, keeping that ball alive.
I believe that's Alexi. 12, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You got to give credit to the right brother. We don't want them fighting at home.
Yeah, sorry, Alexi. I gave it to Nico there, buddy.
Now, Caden Mills will go to the line for 2.
Bend your knees, nice follow through here.
And the first free throw is good. Caden's
Perfect.
first point of the game.
Yeah, it seems when he has a good knee bend and a good tempo on his shot, he's a better free throw shooter. Sometimes he gets a little quick with it, but I like when he bends his knees and follows through.
Coach Woods gave a signal for some sort of defensive change. Let's see what Arlington goes to after this free throw as Caden knocks them both down. 2 of 4 at the line for the
Little bit of a
senior
trap
quad
here.
captain. Fudge, I believe he's the one that knocked it out of bounds.
A good defense there.
And here comes Amari Moe back into the game. And he replaces Chris Lapone. Moe's got a player over here on the side. He doesn't go to him. Instead, he goes up and under and lays it in.
Yeah, you got to get in front of him. You can't just give him a free lane to the bucket. He's going to attack the hoop all day.
Half dozen for Moe, half dozen for Meyerberg, leading the way for the Minutemen. 24-20 Arlington, 3:20 to go to halftime.
Really,
Dingman's going to take a pull-up 3.
really
No.
well-balanced attack by Lexington, too. It's like they don't rely on one player. They have everyone that can get after it a little bit.
A nice little dump pass there, and then good patience on the up fake was Asapur, and he lays it in.
Yeah, good jump stop, got his balance, got some leverage, and went up straight.
Yeah, the key thing was the fake to get the Arlington player to go by him. Arlington's lead down to 2. 24-22, under 3 minutes remaining, second quarter.
I'd get it back to Fudge.
Mills on the baseline drive. Moe thought about taking the charge. He doesn't get the call, and Mills just goes right through him and lays it in. Coach Hobbs wanted that offensive foul call, didn't get it. I thought it was a good non-call.
There wasn't much contact there.
Right.
I think he took a little bit of a dive.
I do too.
What Johnny Most used to call it, Stanislavski.
There you go.
He did his acting lessons at Lexington High. I'm sure they have a good theater department there. They're a great school.
26-22 Arlington. 2.5 to go first half.
It's good to see Mills getting on the board because usually he does all the dirty work, the rebounding, the defense, the steals, but he's putting a couple points on the board, and that's huge for Arlington.
He's got a basket, and he's been to the line twice so far tonight.
And he hit his last 2 frees, too.
7 on the shot clock for the Ponders. Dingman's going to have to take it. He has no problem doing that.
Boom, man. Oh, he got
And
hit.
He didn't get it to go, but he's fouled on the play. On the closeout, number 10, Ryan Asapur, commits the foul. And with the shot clock winding down like that and James having to take such a difficult shot, that's a tough situation there for the defender to commit that foul.
Yeah, you just got to go straight up and just hope that he's taking a bad shot.
So James will go to the line for 2. That's foul number 3 on Asapur. So that's key. And James around the rim and out on the first free throw. Also team foul number 4 against Lexington here in the second quarter. So Arlington will be in the bonus for the duration of the half.
Yeah, Arlington's been doing a good job as the shot clock's winding down to get it to Fudge and Dingman so that they, they're getting the ball in tough spots and they're taking tough shots with 2 or 3 seconds left. But those are the guys you want to do that.
Peter Clardy will get his first break of the game as James hits the second free throw. Clardy replaced by number 4, Jonas Burrell. Here comes Mo. Dump pass inside to Schwartz again. Same combination, and Brendan Schwartz has 2 more. Ooh, that's twice now that Mo's come down the lane and made that little bounce pass for an easy bucket for Schwartz.
It's tough to press him because he can break a press almost by himself. And oh, look at this.
He's a sophomore. He's fast. He's going to come up here and get some popcorn and pizza. Ended up in about the 5th row of the stands, didn't he?
I thought he was going to come up for a mid-game interview.
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Absolutely.
I tell him to stop dropping a dime every time.
Lincoln Fudge back into the Arlington lineup, replaces Caden Mills. 20 on the shot clock for the Ponders, minute 39 to go, first half. Dingman almost got by his man. Now he's going to kick it back out to Burrell. His foot was on the line. Shot is off the mark. Here comes Mo.
A little out of control.
And he throws it away.
Yeah, just a little bit out of control there.
That's it. You know, as good as he is as a ball handler and as fast as he is and everything like that, it's tough to dribble through the Arlington defense. They're just too good defensively as a team.
Well, especially when you're running at 100% of your pace and you're super fast, it's hard. He's got to just back it down a little bit.
Minute 12 to go, first half. Arlington by 3. Fudge on the baseline, hit from one from there earlier, not this time. Dingman with the putback, no. Schwartz with the rebound for the Minutemen. Under a minute to go, first half. Arlington by 3, 27-24. On the drive there, no.
Good rebound by Fudge. Arlington's really had some really good defensive rebounding, good position.
45 seconds to go, first half.
Even though they don't play without a center, I mean, they play with all wing players and guards, they definitely get good position. That's awesome coaching, obviously, that these guys know where to be in the right spot.
Here's Burrell. On the
Nice
backdoor
pass.
cut to Alexei, kicks it on the corner to James Dingman. Dingman's going to go all the way to the hole and lay it up and in.
Yeah, most players in the Middlesex League can't cover him one-on-one, so when he sees that it's one-on-one, he's got to take it to the hoop.
16 seconds to go. Arlington by 5. That pass was deflected.
There's
Alexei comes
Alexei.
up with it. He gets it to brother Nico. Nico's going to go all the way. Had the ball stripped from behind by Mo. Now see if Lexington can get off a final shot with 5 seconds to go. Dingman with good defensive position. Shot no good. Rebound put back no. And that's how the first half will end. I think Arlington maybe caught a break there. A little bit of physical play down there on those final couple of shots. But pretty much the way it was called the whole game. The referees letting the boys play tonight. And that last possession was to Arlington's advantage there.
I don't think they keep steal stats in the Middlesex League, but I would bet $1 that Mo is leading the league in steals. I mean, man, is he quick with his hands.
He's fast.
You turn your head for a second with the ball. You got to be careful. You got to protect the basketball. I really like his game, all-around game.
The score at the end of the first half. The Spy Ponders of Arlington High School 29. The Minutemen of Lexington High School 24. Tim and I will be back with the second half action. And welcome back here to the Kozlowski Gymnasium, getting ready for second half action. The Spy Ponders lead at the half, 29-24. Don Phelan along with Tim Hoffman and Tom Clarity on camera. And Tim, what a first half, and Arlington, all said and done, they should be happy. They're up by 5 going into this third quarter.
Yeah, both teams played well. Arlington really took care of the basketball, didn't have a ton of turnovers, not a lot of mistakes. They pushed the ball when they had to. They played tough defense. Lexington's really, really trying to push the ball, dictate tempo, but Arlington's defense is stymieing them from doing that. I still think that there's going to be a spurt here. One of these teams or both of the teams are going to break out and score a bunch of points and go back-to-back and get into a little bit of a track meet.
You know, my apologies for not paying more attention, but I don't know who was responsible for checking Darren Ongor in the first half. I know he had a little bit of foul trouble, but the Middlesex League leading scorer, averaging 24 points per game, held to 3, just 1 basket in the first half by the Ponders.
Yeah, when you got Caden Mills on the floor helping out, and the other guys play tough D. I mean, Fudge plays tough D. Then you got both Traposis playing tough D. Clarity's always in there helping out, weak side help. So it's a team defensive effort for Arlington, which obviously relates back to the great coaching that they have, that they play such good team defense.
Dingman on the baseline drive did not score, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2, and he hits the first free throw. Foul committed by number 11, Sam Meyerberg, his second. Meyerberg should shoot more. He had 2 threes in that first half that were just nothing but net. And I think they should look to him more offensively.
Absolutely. Sometimes they get too quick on offense. Oh, great offensive rebound by Caden Mills there. That's a huge bucket.
Dingman with the missed free throw, Mills with the putback, and Arlington now with their largest lead of the game. It's 32-24. Ponders just underway, second half of the Kozlowski Gymnasium. 3-point shot rolls around and out maybe twice for Lupone. Arlington back the other way with a chance to increase their lead.
Great position by Dingman there on the defensive rebound.
Dingman pull-up jumper from just inside the foul line. No. Oh, Clarity almost had that offensive rebound. Couldn't quite come up with it. Here comes Mo the other way.
That's where he's
Stays in
dangerous.
Traffic, got the pass away. Rebound fought for, and Traposis just takes it away. Now the ball's bandied about, and it's going to be a foul on Arlington.
Acid Boy's looking, he's got Deco Traposis and Caden Mills on him. He's just like, what is it, 3rd and 1? You get those 2 guys on you defensively, and
oh, no.
you better take care of the basketball.
I apologize. A foul against Lexington, and that's going to go against Chris Lupone, his first and the second on the team. So 2 quick team fouls for the Minutemen here a minute into the third quarter. Ponders by 8. Fudge for 3. Looked like he got bumped.
That's a big-time shot right there, Don. He had that ball for a nanosecond, got his feet set, and jacked a 3. That's a big-time shot right there.
Spy Ponders with 6 straight points to open the third quarter. Timeout Lexington as they face their largest deficit of the ball game. It's 35-24 Ponders.
I was saying a couple of games ago, I like when Lincoln gets his feet set and takes a little bit of time and is more of a set shooter. Not on that one, man. He came off that screen and let that thing fly, and that's a big-time shot.
Looked like he took a little bit of a bump on that, too. But
yeah, he got
able
pushed a little bit off the screen.
Yep, able to fight through it and knock down the two-point shot, right?
What was it 2? I didn't.
Yeah,
I was looking more at the form. I didn't see if he was on the line or not.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was. Yeah, I think it was a 2. Maybe it was a 3. It was a 3. I take that back. Fudge now with 13. James with 14. So they've accounted for 27 of Arlington's 35. Caden Mills has chipped in with 6. Peter Clarity has the other 2.
And you look at Arlington, they have the scorers, they have the athletic guys, the football guys. But really, their calling cards, their defense, Don. They play some tough defense.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Here's Mo being guarded by Mills, and Mills commits the blocking foul. For Caden, I believe that will be his second foul. That's the first team foul committed by Arlington here in the third quarter.
That's pretty good defense right there. He was leaning on him a little bit, but they've let a lot go today.
Lexington will go to the bench. Nazir Mendez-Steven, number 5, checks in the lineup, and he replaces Lupone, number 2. Here's Ongar.
We haven't seen a better freshman this year than him.
3-point shot is no good by Meyerberg. And a rebounding foul, and that's going to be number 3 on Ongar.
That was a little bit of a ticky-tack call. I mean, I love my Spy Ponders, but I don't think that was a good call. I mean, the kid's just going for the ball, sort of 50-50 ball there. I think that's a no call.
Huge break for the Spy Ponder. Someone from the end of the Lexington bench must have had a comment to the official because he went right over there to nip that in the bud.
Yeah, you don't want everyone chirping you. It's bad enough that we are. Well, not you, but me.
I try not to, but
I know you don't.
Yeah,
You're more of a
refs.
professional than I am.
Mills with the left hand lays it up and in. And Arlington with a 13-point lead. They've opened up with 8 straight to start the third quarter.
Caden's most explosive offensively this game than we've seen him this year, and it's been a huge factor. It's probably the difference.
Now, Mo tried to make that pass to Meyerberg, and as you would have said, bounce pass might have been better there. Arlington got a hand in the passing lane, but last touch by Meyerberg. Arlington ball.
Yeah, Mills is attacking the hoop, and he's getting his buckets.
6:09 to go, third quarter. Arlington by 13. Oh, he got him. Ooh, Dingman made a beautiful play. It was a good pick by Clarity. Fudge instead takes the 3. Dingman puts it back up. He's hit on the play. He'll go to the line for 2.
That was so smart. He had the offensive rebound, and he didn't come down with it because he felt the pressure. So he just touched it back up there, and he got the foul, which is a shooting foul.
Another timeout will be called by Lexington. They use their third timeout, and they'll only have 2 remaining for the final quarter and 6 more minutes in this third quarter. So things are really looking the Spy Ponders' way. Lexington down to 2 timeouts. Lexington with 4 team fouls here in the third quarter, so Arlington will be in the bonus for the duration of the third quarter. And Lexington's star player with only 3 points and with 3 fouls.
You know when you play Arlington, you know Dingman's going to score, you know Fudge is going to score, and if you throw the third person in there, whether it's Clarity or Traposis, but tonight it's Caden Mills getting some buckets and getting some rebounds. That's a tough combination to cover because very difficult to cover 3 guys that are scoring the ball.
Here's our first shout out for the Arlington High School girls cheerleading squad, coached by Sarah List and Emily Duke. The captains are senior Michaela Edwards and senior Keely Smith. Junior Mia Tess is the 3rd captain. The seniors are Meg Kunsolo, Amelia Lipman. Juniors are Lauren Henneberry, Haley Dow, Lizzie Hink, Gracia Valdez, Ree-Ann Lyons, Ryan Lawless, Angelina Cristobal, as Dingman will go to the line for 2 shots. Sophomores are Lily Rashankish, Jill Cole, Ina Bared, Haley Lucente. Dingman around the rim and out on the first free throw. And rounding out the squad are the freshmen, 6 of them. Bhavna Kumare, Brooke Meyer, Abby Whiting, Lydia Scher, Catherine McDonald, and Mia Cochran.
Need this one right here so you can set up some sort of
rare,
press.
A rare 0 for 2 for James at the line, so the Arlington lead will stay at 13 points.
Yeah, that's usually how he pads his stats up at the foul line. That's a tough pass right there. It's a tough pass to catch when you're 2 feet away from someone. They zing a ball at you.
But again, Ongor maybe just a little bit. Arlington could be in his head a little bit. He hasn't scored much at all. Just has 1 basket. And instead of him looking for the shot on that, he's looking for the pass. And maybe his teammates aren't used to him passing it so much because he's such a great scorer. What passing there by the Ponders. It went from Mills to Clarity to Dingman. Dingman missed the shot. He was hammered on the play. He's slow to get up, but appears to be okay. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, he's got to take his time, bend his knees, and follow through. He had a little bit of a weird release on the last couple of free throws, but as we've seen over the last few games and even into before he got hurt when he was a freshman, he's a really good foul shooter. So he's just got to take his time and follow through, bend his knees.
Nazir Mendez-Steven, number 5, picks up the foul. That's his 2nd, and that will put Lexington over the limit for the duration of the third quarter. Dingman, wow, I don't know if he's ever missed 3 free throws in a row.
Yeah, usually one of the guys you don't want to play in horse, but sometimes when it gets into your head a little bit, but just make this one and then get back on track. Ryan
Asseper checks out of the Minutemen lineup, replaced by number 12, Cole Metzger.
There it is.
And there's James is hitting that 2nd free throw. He has 15. And they're going to take James out for a quick second here, maybe have him checked out, make sure he's okay, as Alexi Trapotsis, number 12, checks into the Spy Ponder lineup.
Yeah, good call. Put Alexi in. He's a great defensive player. He has a couple of fouls to waste. And then I'm sure James will be back in pretty soon.
Here comes Mo all the way to the basket. Dumps it down, and a little tough fadeaway shot is good. by Charles O'Brien.
Yeah, if he gets to the hoop, good things happen. Whether he takes it right to the rack or if he dumps it down to one of his teammates, he's going to be a special player. He's only a sophomore.
O'Brien able to hit that fadeaway and cut the Arlington lead down to 12. It's 38-26, 5 minutes remaining. Lincoln Fudge for three.
Same play as last time. They're going to have to cheat up over that screen. They're playing behind the screen. They're just giving him shots.
Yeah, but
and he's feeling it.
That's a tough shot. He's going to his left.
Absolutely.
He takes the shot going to his right. Here comes Mo.
Oh, my goodness.
Tries to throw it down, and they're going to have a foul called by the outside official.
There you go. You got your 5'9", 5'10" point guard taking it in traffic and trying to dunk on the entire squad.
Looks like Peter Clardy will pick up that foul. And for Peter, that's his first. Second on the team. Amari Mo at the line for two.
I'm calling that the most aggressive play we've seen this year, Don. That was something else.
The first free throw's no good.
Even though it looked really good and I really liked it, if he just did a little finger roll, he'd have two in a shot. Doesn't look like he's much of a free throw shooter here.
He did get
like
fouled on the play, and the old expression, a missed dunk still counts 0 points. And he's unable to hit either free throw as well. So it's really an empty possession when all is said and done for the Minutemen.
Yeah, he sort of has a weird release there. I wouldn't.
Good defense there by Lexington's going to result in an easy two. Oh, no, he doesn't go up with it. I don't know if Caden Mills got a piece of that shot. Blocked maybe on the Metzger shot.
Great hustle by Mills.
Yeah, Metzger should have gone right up with that. And when he didn't, he allowed the Arlington defense to get back involved in the play. And Mills with the blocked shot.
And great hustle. Ooh. I like Terposis on the back doors cut there.
15 on the shot clock. Arlington by 15 coming up on the halfway point of the third quarter. Fudge with a very difficult runner.
A little runner, like a jump hook runner. Beautiful shot by Lincoln.
18 now for Lincoln. Mo double team, triple
Get
team,
on the floor.
quadruple team. Finally gets out of the traffic and out of trouble. Here's Ongor. Not an impressive night so far. The senior co-captain. He's going to probably hit this one. And he does.
He heard you, Don.
Yeah, he should. He's got to get his team back in this game. He only has 6. His team's down by 14. If he gets hot, he could probably single-handedly put this game back into a position where Lexington is still involved.
Man down on Lexington. They had a little bit of they had numbers there.
Yeah, otherwise, Arlington's going to run away with this game.
There's no way Lincoln's not taking that to the rack. There's no way.
Lincoln Fudge now with 20.
It looks like that game when he had 36, he was just feeling it and being aggressive offensively, taking great shots within the offense.
Alexei Terposis on the defense on Ongor, caused a tough shot, no good. Peter Clardy with the rebound, he's in trouble. Gets it out to Nico. Arlington with a little bit of a number situation. Fudge is going to take a pull-up J, no. Clardy fights for the rebound, comes up with it, puts it up.
What a great
around,
play.
no. Still rebound fought for. Here comes Ongor the other way for the Minutemen.
And he's still got Dingman on the bench getting some rest.
Unlucky sequence there for the Ponders. Long three-point shot by Metzger. I'm not so sure if that's
I'd give him
his
that
shot.
all day.
Yeah, I think yeah, we will. Now the baseline drive. Nice little take there by O'Brien for 2.
Very nice take.
45-31 Ponders. 2:29 remaining in the third quarter. Steal by Lexington. O'Brien on the steal. O'Brien into the paint. O'Brien kicks it out. There's that boy Metzger for 3 more. This time he hits it, so maybe that is his shot. Cole Metzger hits the long 3. And the Spy Ponders lead is down to 11 with 2:08 remaining third quarter.
Arlington's looking to pass. I thought that they were going to call a timeout, but they looking to push the ball up the floor a little bit.
Caden Mills again with the left hand. No. Oh, and he's fouled on the play. And let's see, is it the player on the ground that fouled him on the block, or was it Ongor? And it's going to go against Ongor. Darren Ongor picks up his 4th foul, and Caden Mills will go to the line for 2.
But Caden's got to do the same tempo as last time. You know, bend his knees, follow through. He made a couple of good foul shots.
Now it looks like we have a
medical issue. There might be
in
in the stands. It could be a delay here. They might send both teams to the bench just for a minute or two. Seems like, and it's like we said, it's like 150 degrees in here, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was something that was related to that type of situation.
As quickly Arlington personnel over there, Arlington officer there, as well as Arlington athletic trainer Sam Jones, administering to what appears to be a gentleman in some duress, and so hopefully he'll be okay.
I think this is going to benefit Arlington because it seemed like, benefit Lexington because it seemed like Mo was getting a little bit tired. He could use a rest. Arlington was subbing, not as much as Lexington, but I think that the Arlington guys really good shape. But it will give Digman another couple of minutes to rest and then bring him right back in.
Yeah, James got, excuse the pun, he got dinged up on one of his drives to the basket.
Yeah, it seemed like he got hit in the pelvis area.
Yeah, he hit one of his 2 free throws, then he immediately subbed out. Has not returned to the Arlington lineup. Arlington able to keep their double-digit lead so far without him. But the more important fact right now is the fact that number 4, Darren Ongor for the Minutemen, we've mentioned several times, the leading scorer in the Middlesex League, just picked up foul number 4. So he just hit one of his last shots, and I was feeling like maybe he's going to start feeling it a little bit himself and try to get Lexington back into this game. But he's probably not going to be in the game for at least the end of the third quarter, and we'll see how long Coach Hobbs will wait before he goes back to him as his team trails by 11.
Yeah, you got to figure with just about 2 minutes left, you got to sit him down for the 2, and then maybe the first 2 of the second, because if he fouls out, it's going to be tough for Lexington to mount a big comeback.
So along with the players, we'll take this opportunity to take a break as well, and we'll resume our coverage of the game when play resumes. And we're back here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium, minute 57 to go in the third quarter. Spy Ponders leading at 45-34. Caden Mills at the line, and hopefully everything's okay with the gentleman that was escorted out of here by medical personnel, and hopefully everything's okay. Our best wishes to him.
Absolutely.
Mills hits the first free throw.
Yeah, Caden's doing good at the line today.
Yep, 3 out of 5 so far.
These are big ones, too.
Arlington really wants to keep this 10-point cushion. Double figures for Caden Mills tonight. He's got 10. Fudge with 20, Dingman with 15. They account for 45, I believe, of Arlington's. Yep, 45 of Arlington's 47. Peter Clardy with the other 2. Arlington by 13, minute 49 to go. I think he just lost that off his own foot, did Lapone. He did. Arlington ball. Minute 46 to go, third quarter. And I started to say, Arlington really wants to keep this lead above double digits going into the fourth quarter. Don't let Lexington make a little run here at the end of the quarter.
Absolutely, because you know they're going to make a run eventually. Even trading buckets here. We got James back in.
Also, Jack Zambardino checked into the Arlington lineup during that break. He's number 5 for the Ponders. Nice entry pass. Clardy lays it up. Can't get the roll. Unlucky there for Peter. Here comes Lexington the other way. They have a 3-on-2 break. Little carry there, and great defense by James Dingman.
Awesome defense.
Against Asipur. Now Meyerberg for 3, no. Rebound fought for. Lexington comes away with it. 3-pointer by Lupone is good.
Yeah, Lupone and Meyerberg can both stroke it.
Well, that's the first bucket of the game for Lupone, so
you
he
tell
can
by his
stroke
form.
it.
Yeah, he's got beautiful
He better
form.
start. Ponders lead at 10 right now, under a minute to go, third quarter.
Look how he's Lapone's covering Fudge. He's so on him. He's probably overplaying him. Might be able to utilize that for a backdoor cut or to draw a foul.
As Dingman goes to the basket, Coach Hobbs in a mid-court conversation with Caden Mills. Interesting there.
I take Mills any day.
Kapota's got a hand on that pass. Clardy got a piece of the shot. Now it's mayhem down there. Bodies on the floor. Let's see. It'll be Lexington ball. Zambardino on the ground for Arlington. 2 bodies on the ground for Lexington. I believe they ruled that Jack was out of bounds when he touched the ball first, so that's why it's going to be Lexington ball.
Yeah, and when he dove, I think his shoulder was out of bounds as well.
Shot clock is off. 19 seconds to go. 3-point fadeaway. No. Good chance there for Lexington to carve into the Arlington lead. They do not. Arlington back the other way. 10 seconds to go, third quarter, make it 9. Caden Mills, he's been good on the drive tonight. He's going to try another floater this time. No. Dingman with the tap. No. Rebound fought for. Lexington comes up with it. Metzger's going to try a baseball shot. Didn't have nearly enough height, and that's how the third quarter will end.
Good transition for Arlington. They got a couple of good looks at it. Dingman got an opportunity for a tip-in, so trade hoops with these guys, but look for Lexington to make a run. 37 points is not a lot for Lexington, and sometimes just the odds are that you're going to, a high-scoring team like Lexington is going to make a run at some point, so Arlington's just got to keep up the defensive intensity.
The score at the end of the third quarter, Arlington 47, Lexington 37. We'll be back with all the fourth quarter action. And we're back for fourth quarter action. Don Phelan along with Tim Hoffman, Tom Clardy on camera. Tim, Lexington had a chance there with that final possession to get that lead down to single digits. They were unable to convert, but they find themselves down 10 entering the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they're still pressing. They're putting the ball up.
We go. Ball fought for on the ground. A couple players on the ground. Trapotsis on the ground, Clary on the ground. Zambardino gets up, picks it up, and he's fouled on the play.
Yeah, Lexington still has a frantic pace on offense. It's just not converting to buckets. They're getting decent shots, they're getting decent looks, they're getting to the right position, but they haven't been making their shots.
Again, a game that Arlington has won every quarter. They won the first quarter 12-10. They won the second quarter 17-14. They won the third quarter 18-13. So, again, a recipe for success, and you increase the lead every quarter. That's nice. Mills with a little short jump shot. That one does not fall. Metzger with the rebound for the Minutemen. Minutemen chance to cut into the 10-point Arlington lead. Here comes Metzger. He's going to take the little lefty floater. No rebound fought for. And it's Alexei Trapotsis that comes up with the loose ball for the Ponders. Arlington with some numbers. Here's Dingman to the basket, lays it up and in.
Nice. Get back, James.
A little bit of contact there. Dingman plays through it and has two more. That's a charge.
That's great position by Peter.
Offensive foul, Lexington. Peter Clardy got the position in the lane, held it, took the charge, and a great defensive play. Dingman looks like he's again a little shaken up as he took a pretty good hit on that last basket.
He sure did. He went into the wall. But Peter Clardy, he anticipated that and got great position and just drew the charge. And he got hit hard, but what a tough kid he is.
So legal guarding position, 2 feet on the ground, torso facing the player. And now, I don't know if James is going to take a break. Coach Woods talking to the officials, and
I think he's good. He just needed a little beat. I think he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know what the delay is, but
we'll take it though, because it gets James back in the game.
Right, right. So foul committed by number 10, Ryan Asapur. So both co-captains now for the Minutemen saddled with 4 personal fouls. Arlington by 12, 6:53 to go in the game. Dingman, double team for a moment there, gets out of it. He's getting pushed, and sure, that's the foul on Lupone.
Yeah, they're just too aggressive on defense trying to cover him. I was going to say that I might like Dingman in the post a little bit. Not that he's a post player, but he has such quick, sneaky moves inside. And I thought he was going to draw the foul, but they're just overplaying him too much there. But it seemed like both guys fouled him.
And Tim, similar to what happened in the third quarter, Lexington with 3 quick fourth quarter fouls. So they're only 2 away from being in the penalty. Wow, that was almost Ongore's swan song for the game. Dingman for 3, no. Alexei Trapotsis couldn't come up with the offensive board. Ball's out of bounds, Lexington ball.
And Arlington's going to pick up full, try to slow them down a little bit.
Were you surprised to see how aggressive Ongore was here at the midcourt line with those 4 personal fouls?
Foul out at half court.
Ongore for 3, long, and the ball will go out of bounds.
I'm not sure if Coach Hobbs wanted that.
Ongore with 1 basket, 1 3-point basket, and 1 free throw. Total of 6 points for the 24-point-per-game man.
Yeah, I think Dingham's going to be able to draw the foul here.
Arlington working it around. Dingman baseline drive, tough shot, long. Trapotsis fights for it.
Clardy with the ball
there as well. Clardy hits the ground, saves it. But he unfortunately saved it to a Lexington play. Here come the Minutemen back the other way. We have a Lexington player down on the ground down the other end. And Ongore lays it in as Amari Moe remains motionless underneath the Arlington basket.
I don't think Coach Woods would have minded if Peter just called the timeout when he was on the floor there.
Right.
Just to gain possession. I think when one of the guys were diving for the loose ball, I think either their foot or their knee might have hit him, who was also diving for the ball.
Sam Jones out there, and you're right. It looks like they're treating it as a head injury, which would be most unfortunate. And now I'm sure these are Amari's parents coming onto the floor to make sure everything's okay. Coach Hobbs is there. Arlington Athletic Director John Bowler is there as they check on the status of Amari Moe.
I think he got hit in the face with either a foot or a knee diving for a loose ball.
Yeah, I don't know what Arlington has for medical personnel standing by. I mean, they already had to transport one player, one fan out of the gym. I don't know if they replaced the. I don't know if they had to take that person away by ambulance, and if there was a substitute ambulance coming back, because athletic director John Bowler immediately ran to the far end of the gym as Amari Moe remains down. So we'll take a break as they attend to Amari Moe. The score Arlington 49, Lexington 39. We'll be back when the action resumes. And we're getting ready to resume action. And quite a scene here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. We elected not to show coverage for privacy purposes of Amare Mo being taken away on the stretcher. But let me tell you something. The entire stands, Arlington, Lexington students, everybody on their feet to wish him well. Standing ovation given to him. The entire Lexington team, as well as the entire Arlington team, went over to the stretcher as it was leaving the premises to offer words of encouragement and support. So outstanding scene here of sportsmanship at the Kozlowski Gymnasium, and now we're back to live action. And Tim, two things can happen with Lexington. They can either be jacked up and inspired to play well for their fallen teammate, or they might just be really down in the dumps too.
Yeah, it's tough to say. And the other thing is he's such a good player.
Right. Of course, we wish our best. Now a sign comes onto the court, but athletic director John Bull able to get it out of there. In the meantime, James Dingman goes to the basket and lays it in.
He still has his quickness there.
Sean. Yeah. Yeah, you talk about a guy that wants to shoot. You'd be his friend, you'd be his buddy. Now coming back the other way, Ryan Assapur with the layup.
Yeah, Dingman got to the hoop pretty easy there. If he's going to get to the hoop and they're going to trade baskets, Arlington's in good shape.
And Arlington had worn down that shot clock down to about the final 5 or 4 seconds when James scored. The lead remains at 10. Lexington has been unable to get it to single digits now. On the drive, Mills had the shot blocked by Assapur, I believe it was, and now Assapur gets tackled. It's going to be second down.
You know Caden would have at least one play like that. You're looking at Chris Lupon for Lexington. What a tough defensive player he is. I always talk about what a great defensive player Caden Mills is. This guy's not too far behind him, number 2 from Lexington. He really he gets in your face and plays some tough defense.
Foul committed by Caden Mills. That's his third, just the first team foul on the Spy Ponders. And in a game of delays, this will be a little mini delay as the players get feet in there to spread out that sweat that's on the floor.
You know that Caden's going to have at least one where it's going to be like a yard sale. He's going to dive into the pile and everyone's going to fall down. He needs at least one of those a game. Yeah, we don't need any more delays here, Don.
Lexington will inbound with a fresh shot clock.
Good defense by Fudge there.
And there's Ongor for 3. So as I mentioned, Darren Ongor quite capable of single-handedly bringing his team back into this game. And now the Lexington bench and student body section yelling for defense as they've seen the deficit cut to as low as it's been all game. Caden Mills to the basket, lays it in with the left hand.
Big hoop by Caden Mills. Took it right to the rack.
Probably Caden's best offensive game here at home anyway. I don't know if he's had better road games. And now a beautiful move there by Ongor. He switched directions and laid it up and in.
And you know Ongor is going to try to score. They need a little bit better help defense. James did a good job staying in front of him, but they needed someone to come weak side and help him out a little bit.
7 fourth quarter points for the senior co-captain, and Dingman answers with a strong move to the 10 of his own.
He's like, you're going to be the leading scorer. I'll be right behind you. I'm going to trade buckets with you.
Dingman right at his season average of 21. Fudge with 20, a couple points over his season average of 17. Ongor for 3, no.
That was a force.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Arlington lead is 9. 3:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Dingman for 3, that's gonna be off right. Ongor with the rebound. Does he come up with it? Yes, he does. Being harassed by Clarity and Alexi Tropoutsis, but here he comes back the other way, switches hands, goes into the lane, fakes, throws a pass into the corner for 3. Lupone, no, rebound fought for. It's Assapur coming up with it for the Minutemen. Now he's bottled up in traffic. Clarity got a hand on that, knocked it away, but it went right to a Lexington player. Good entry pass there inside. And now they're gonna get Peter Clarity on a foul.
Ooh. Seemed like the player didn't have very good control.
Like Assapur had lost his balance, but according to the officials, he had a little help from Peter Clarity. For Peter, I believe that's his second on the team. Shot there is no good. Clarity with the rebound. He's fouled on the rebounding action. That'll be team foul number 4 against Lexington.
I think Coach Hobbs would have liked them to work the ball around a little bit, get to their score. They took a really quick shot there. Wasn't a good shot either. Arlington needs a little bit of help here bringing the ball up.
Yeah, that was Clardy's second on the team, as I mentioned. For Lexington, that one went on. I'm not sure who that went on, but it's the 4th team foul against the Minutemen. So Arlington will be in the bonus for the duration of the game. Lincoln Fudge says, I'll take 3. Round him out. Caden Mills got a hand on it, kept it alive.
Got
Arlington
up there,
should
big
reset
time.
it. No, reset it. No, says Lincoln Fudge. I'll take a 3.
Reset the 3.
Exactly. Here comes Lexington the other way. Baseline drive now. They kick it into the corner for Meyerberg. 3-point shot is no good. Here comes Caden Mills with a head of steam against the player with 4 fouls. Mills to the left hand, no. And rebound is maintained. Clardy comes up. He got a little help there on the push from behind, but Fudge comes away with it for Arlington, and now Coach Woods, sensing the craziness, takes a timeout.
I think they won. I like both the shots that Lincoln took. I like his confidence, and he was open, but I think Coach Woods would have liked him to reverse the basketball a little bit, take a little bit more time off the clock, which is obviously the right call.
Things got a little helter-skelter there for a moment there, but Arlington able to come away with the possession, and they have the 9-point lead with 1:57 to go in the 4th quarter.
It seems like Arlington comes up with a lot of loose balls. I mean, the kids are super aggressive. They have good hands, good instinct of where the ball is. It's not just Mills. The other guys, Fudge, Traposis, Clardy, they all come up with loose balls, which is huge for possession.
Upcoming games for the Spy Ponders, excuse me, Tim, they have, as we mentioned earlier in the telecast, they're in the middle of a 4-game homestand, so they will play Tuesday at 5:30. Remember, they'll switch now. The boys will play at 5:30 and the girls 7 o'clock in these upcoming league games. And that's Tuesday against Winchester and Friday against Belmont. So 2 more home games for the Spy Ponders, but keep in mind the reversal of the times. Boys at 5:30, girls at 7 o'clock. 2 games next week on Tuesday and Friday.
Both good teams, too. So Winchester, Belmont both have good, tough teams.
This is a tough stretch for Arlington. Good thing they're at home for all 3 of these games against Lexington, Belmont, and Winchester. Trapotes is bottled up. I believe that ball went off the face or head or some part of Charles O'Brien, knocked out of bounds. Remains Arlington ball. 28 seconds on the shot clock. 1:51 to go in the game.
Yeah, you want Fudge or Dingman taking this shot.
Yeah, and I really want Arlington to be patient here and work some of this shot clock down before they take a shot. They got a 9-point lead with 1:48 to go. If they play smartly, they really should win this going away. Dingman baseline drive in the corner of the Fudge. Again, that ball was deflected by Lexington. Meyerberg knocked it out of bounds. Remains Arlington ball, 15 on the shot clock. And it looks like Coach Woods will take another timeout.
Yeah, he's really good when getting a play underneath his own bucket. So I'd be surprised that someone doesn't come up wide open here on this play that Coach Woods is going to diagram for his team on the bench.
That's an interesting spot to put the ball in, though. It's kind of off the baseline and maybe just a couple feet up the sideline was where the ball was knocked out of bounds, and that's where they'll inbound it. So tricky place to run an inbounding play. We'll see what Coach Woods comes up with.
And once again, I want Dingman or Fudge taking this shot with 1:37 left. You want to go with your bread and butter there.
Get another look at the Arlington High School's cheerleading squad. It's turned out to be a marathon of a game. We've had 2 lengthy stoppages in play, and of course our thoughts are with Amari Moe and his family first and foremost. I hope the young man's okay. Still not sure what happened to him, but it was definitely some kind of neck or head injury. They were very, very careful in the way they were treating him, and of course we wish the best for him.
Seems like a tough kid. He's probably going to shake it off.
It will be Alexei Trapotis to inbound it for the Spy Ponders. And a foul committed by Lexington, and Peter Clardy will go to the line for 2. Remember that new rule this year, 5 team fouls in any given quarter results in double bonus, and Peter Clardy will go to the line.
What a huge advantage shooting two instead of having to make the first one to get your second one.
Yeah, it used to be fouls 7, 8, 9.5 would be 1 and 1, and that rule is no longer. Clardy off the window. Not sure if that's what he was going for, but Arlington will take it, and the lead is back up to 10.
They don't ask how, they ask how many, Don.
56-46 Arlington, minute 34 to go.
Oh,
Looked
he's
like
going to try to go glass again.
Yeah, maybe that's his style. I actually saw that in a men's league the other night. A player shot a number of free throws. He shot them all that way. A good job there by Arlington getting hands on a pass. Meyerberg for three, no. Lexington comes away with the offensive rebound. They're going to have to probably hit some threes. Ongor for three, no. Fudge with the rebound.
Great rebound there.
And now Arlington could chew some clock with a minute 10 to go. And they take the foul.
Coach Woods goes over to Link, is like, just let's slow this down a little bit.
You know, put Caden Mills at the line for two. Foul committed by Chris Lapone, number 2. That's his third. 2 shots for Caden. Caden in double figures tonight with a dozen.
Yeah, his best offensive game of the year.
First free throw's a little bit long.
Even to get this one would be great.
Arlington comes up empty on that possession. Lexington still down by 10, coming up in the final minute of the game. Baseline drive, they kick it up top for three for Asapur. Shot is no good. Fudge fights for the rebound. Chapotsis lets it go out of bounds. Arlington ball.
Good job by, that's Alexi. Good job, he boxed him out. He knew the ball play was going to be for Arlington. Didn't go after the ball. Smart play.
And now brother Nico will check into the Arlington lineup. He'll replace Caden Mills. Maybe a little offense-defense here for Arlington. Nico probably a little bit of a better free throw shooter than Caden, although Caden has been good at the line so far tonight. They inbound the ball. Let's see if Lexington will continue to foul, and yes, they do, and they foul Lincoln Fudge, and that's to Arlington's advantage.
Yeah, Lincoln's probably one of the better free throw shooters. He's got great form, good tempo on his shot. It's going to be a tough one to pick the player of the game, Don. I mean, you got 3 that, I mean, Fudge, Dingman, and of course, Caden Mills, who just did everything. Played defense, rebounded. I'm not sure. We might have to flip a coin on to figure out who's going to be the player of the game.
Lincoln matches James with 21 points. Yeah, he can take over high point honors if he connects on this free throw. And he does just that. 22 for the junior Lincoln Fudge. Arlington by 12. 3-point shot from the corner. No. Rebound fought for, and Lincoln Fudge comes up with it. He's got James ahead of the pack, and now
James was wide open. He would have probably tried to dunk that too. But there's a smart move by Fudge. Get the foul, shoot 2 free throws. And with his free throw shooting, you're looking at a good chance of both, but at least one.
I don't know if Coach Woods would call the timeout, but no, they definitely called the foul, and it definitely went against number 11, Sam Meyerberg. So now Meyerberg, number 11, Asapur, number 10, and Ongor, number 4, all with 3 personal fouls for the Minutemen, and barring something unforeseen, Arlington's going to get their 10th win of the season as they lead it by 12 with 44 seconds to go.
And they've done it the way they always have, with really tough defense, team defense, great defensive rebounding for a team that doesn't really play with any big guys, and of course pushing it up on offense with the two great scorers in Dingman and Fudge, but then also having Caden Mills, who's one of their best rebounders and defensive players, putting up a dozen points as well.
Okay, you take away his dozen, and we got a lot tighter game.
Absolutely. 2 freshmen on the court right now, one for Lexington and one for Arlington. Bodes well for the future of both teams.
That's Nazir Mendez-Steven for Lexington. Lincoln Fudge rolls the first one in.
Coach Wood still working the ref.
Sure. Around the rim and out on the second one. Here comes Lexington the other way. They trail by 13. Fudge got a hand on that pass. Now Lexington swings it around. They're going to get it to the shooter for three. On Gore, yes. Timeout call by Lexington. Lexington uses their 4th timeout. They have 1 remaining. Arlington has used 3 timeouts. They have 2 remaining.
Huge advantage, though, that if Arlington gets fouled, that they get to take the 2 free throws here. I would just make sure that either Dingman or Fudge has the ball out of bounds because Arlington has to foul.
Lexington, yes, they will definitely foul. They've committed 7 so far here in the 4th quarter. Arlington still has 2 to give, so they can be super aggressive themselves on defense.
And Arlington has the baseline on this, Don?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you could run the baseline, try to get the ball either to Dingman or Fudge, and let them go do their magic at the line.
Yeah, I give credit to Coach Hobbs in his 13th season, finishing this game, coaching it to the final bell, buzzer, if you will. But with 33 seconds to go and his team down by 10, good luck. Arlington's going to win this game.
Especially with the with them being in the double bonus now
Correct.
that we're going to call it.
Right. Yeah, we're going to have to remember to bring a cooler up here next game because...
Or an air conditioner.
A fan, something, a hired hand to fan us, something.
Holy cow. Maybe the new gym will have a little more ventilation.
I can only hope.
I think it must affect the players to a certain extent.
What happened to the clock? Clock showing 3.5 seconds.
Ball game.
Wasn't it 33.1?
It was in the 30s.
The shot clock is off regardless. I'm sure Lexington will be as aggressive as they can to try to come up with a quick steal. And then I assume they'll go to the foul and extend this game even longer than it's been. For those of you staying with us, thank you. It's almost been a 2-hour game due to the 2 delays. Now, for some reason, Drew Carmen, number 44, going over to assist with the clock.
Yeah, he's like the IT guy. I mean, they call him the
We're
big
gonna
guy.
have to find out about that.
I'm going to ask him about that. That's awesome. Even the ref went over and said, hey, can you help these guys out?
Assistant AD Rich Thornton over there as well. And
his
takes a bow.
teammates give him the thumbs up. That's great.
Well, they set it for 35. I don't know why, but let's see what happens in this final. Oh, Fudge is triple
They got
teamed.
mugged.
Now it should be a held ball. It is. Let's see which way the possession arrow favors. Lexington ball.
Wow.
Okay, well, that will allow Darren Ongor to check back into the Lexington lineup. And Arlington's going to go offense and defense, too, as James Burrell had checked into the lineup. He's now replaced. And Nico Traposis had checked in as well. So Caden Mills back in and Clarity back in for defensive purposes. Ongor for a long 3. He knew it was short, tried to follow it. Lexington comes up with the offensive rebound. Ongor for 3 more. Yes. Well, you can see why he scores. And now Lexington will take their final timeout.
Yeah, you need a clean entry pass, dribble, and get a foul. See, Coach Woods is telling him, too, is it's like if you triple team like that, you got to step through that and get the ball out.
Lexington extending the game, 18.3 seconds to go. They're down by 7. But here's a key thing now, just doing the math on this, and I know math's not your strong suit.
I always liked recess.
Yes. Lexington has no more timeouts. So anytime they score, Arlington can use the full 5 seconds.
It's just too much right now.
Yeah, there's not enough possessions, I don't think, for Lexington, barring turnovers. So, of course, the next held ball is going to go in Arlington's favor. So if Lexington goes for that triple team and they cause a held ball, it will not help Lexington. So Arlington just has to be smart and manage these final 18.3 seconds and go away with this victory.
Yeah, and just make sure you get the ball in play, get it to one of your free throw shooters. No turnover.
Again, baseline privileges will be allowed. It's interesting they have the freshman, Alexei Trapotis, be the inbounding man. Usually he has a lot of responsibility with that, so goes to show you his headiness at play. Now Dingman's bottled up. He gets away from it. Now they don't foul. Now they do. Let's call one of those fouls, and they get it finally on Charles O'Brien. James Dingman at the line for 2.
Good, smart play by Dingman. Broke the double team, got it up, knocked probably, 10 10 seconds off the clock there?
Oh, yeah, only 5. I think there was 18 left.
Okay.
Now there's 13. Again, math, not good for you.
It's that new math that kills me, Don.
You're going to take your shoes off for that one. James Digman hits the first free throw.
I know that's a good one.
That's good.
That's
good
good.
math when he makes the free throw. Dingman now with 22. He could tie Fudge with 23 should he make this one.
Great balanced attack by Arlington today. The two
Three-
big guns get 23. You get Mills with a dozen.
3-possession game. Arlington 61-52.
No foul here.
Ongor for 3. Shot is no good. Rebound fought for. Lexington player down. Hodge the gun. Now he's down. And Dingman's just going to dribble out the clock. And that's the end of the game.
Holy cow, another guy down.
The Arlington players celebrate, but the Lexington players go check on the status of their fallen teammate. The assistant coach is over there. He seems to be okay. Again, Sam Jones she should get double time for all her work today, the Arlington trainer. And now the teams will shake hands at midcourt.
Good game. Arlington played great tonight, Don.
So game 2 of the 4-game homestand is in the books. Arlington will be home next week to play Belmont. First the Winchester game, right? Winchester on Tuesday and Belmont on Friday. Teams that are atop the Middlesex League standings with them, but they take care of business tonight against the Minutemen.
Yeah, and they did it the way that they have been doing it all year. It was great team defense, pushing the pace offensively, get their 2 big scorers, Digman and Fudge, and then some help by Clardy, Treposis, and of course Caden Mills with a whole bunch of rebounds. Great defense, as always. Bunch of loose balls, few steals, but that adding 12 points is a big difference from what he's been doing. It's really his best offensive output, and it really was much needed this evening.
Let's run down tonight's scorers for Lexington. Charles O'Brien had 7. Amari Moe had 6. Chris Lupone 3. Ryan Asapur 4. Sam Meyerberg 6. Sam, you should shoot more. Cole Metzger had that 1 3-pointer lefty at the end of the first half. And Brendan Schwartz with 4. High point man for the Minutemen, averaging 24 a game, but Darren Ongor, believe it or not, he ends up with 19. But he only had 6 going into that fourth quarter. He had a good fourth quarter. He had 13. But, Tim, overall, Arlington did a really nice job on the Middlesex League leading scorer.
Yeah, absolutely. They played tough defense on him, and it seemed like he was forcing the ball a little bit early, trying to get some points up. But when they reverse the ball and he's in the offensive set, you could see, especially in the fourth quarter, he really has a nice stroke, quick release, and it seems like they could get him in scoring position a little bit much. But with Arlington's defense, they threw a wrench in their offense, so it was tough for them to do it, and I give credit to the guys that were covering him, not just the guys that were covering him, but also the team defense on the help defense on Arlington. They had a great game plan tonight, as per usual.
Arlington only got scoring from 4 players. Peter Clardy with 3, James Digman with 23, Lincoln Fudge matched him with 23, and for Arlington, the ACMi player of the game with 12 points is Caden Mills.
Yeah, absolutely. Caden, player of the game. He did a little bit of everything. 10 rebounds, a bunch of steals, 12 points. Can't beat that type of effort with Caden.
With the win, the Spy Ponders improved to 10-2 overall, 8-2 in the Middlesex League. For our cameraman, Tom Clardy, my partner, Tim Hoffman, I'm Don Phelan. Once again, the final score here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium, Arlington 61, Lexington 52. Thanks for joining us.